Hello and welcome to the United Community Channel. This is your match reaction. United 0, Palace 2. Yeah, we're already arguing in the backstage area with the boys on whether we played well or whether we didn't. I'm just going to hand it over to you. Desi, I'll go to you first because, you know, I mentioned in on the watch along that, you know, I thought we actually played well in the first half of the first half, where, you know, Manu was getting into good areas and good pockets, and we probably should have took one or two of our chances, but you disagree?
Shocking, Jack. I don't know, maybe I just see the game differently. You know, we're entitled to our own opinion and all that crap, but I knew after 15 minutes, I said, we're not at the races here. Real slow, laboured football, Jack. No tempo to it, no urgency. I said, when you and Chris done the reaction during the week, Jack, I did come on to the live and comment that don't get too carried away with that performance. I thought we were poor in that game and we won it.
Yeah.
You know, and just today, I said there's going to be ups and downs, Jack, but you don't mind going down and being bet when you're giving it all and there's a bit of passion about it and a bit of desire, but we were just so fucking off the game today. It was unbelievable. Like, I mean, can you honestly say that Crystal Palace didn't deserve to win that game?
Nah, they did. They did.
Yeah, and that's the fact, Jack. And we are just not good enough. Simple as.
Chris, give me your thoughts, Chris. I mean, obviously, another, you know, did you see any positives out of it? Ben, what did you think of the game? No. Did you see any positive?
No, I mean, I really didn't. I don't think there was anything. I mean, like I said in the chat, Manu made a couple runs, but I mean, there was nothing telling that he should have been playing there more than anybody else. I mean, I think Xerxes could have been making those runs and doing. I mean, I just don't. He's still searching for a lineup, and that's the problem. And maybe it's a wake up call for Xerxes and Hoyland that they need to do better. But I mean, even when they came on, Hoyland had a chance on a header that we actually made a cross. Other than that, nothing. You know, I just don't. I mean, I'll be honest. The first goal, Onana whiffed on parrying the ball over the bar. I mean, he whiffed on it, and I mean, can I say that's a mistake on his part? No, but he should just push that over the bar. He completely swiped at it and missed. The second one, nothing on him. It's just they got a counter, and that's what it was. You know.
Jack.
Ben. Yeah.
If you look at the first half, right? Bruno's starting to come in and play deep. He nearly looked like a centre back at one stage. Right? So he's coming into the centre back position nearly, and he's becoming the orchestrator of how we get out from there. The problem we have is that we don't pass the ball to the Lions. Why? Because there's nobody in the half space. Ruben Amorim likes the players to show up in the half space. What happens there then is, as he's looking forward and there's nothing in the half space, we play a ball left or right over to the left back or to the right back, and then it goes out to the winger. What happens then is there's nothing on, so it comes back. If it comes back to Bruno Fernandes, he goes long.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing on.
So Bruno is looking for a pass into the space where he should be.
Yeah, exactly. So to break the lines, to penetrate the other team. And if you watch it in the first half, he's picking up the ball every now and again. He's dropping in deep. He's getting the ball. He's turning. He's looking straight in front of him. He's looking for someone in between the lines. Nothing's on. Pass back to the centre back. Out wide. Out to Garnacho. Back again. And it was just a consistency. There's no problem in holding on to the ball. But at some stage, Jack, you have to be productive with the ball. And we done none of that today. It looks good when we're holding on to them. We have loads of possession. That's great, but you have to be productive with possession. Yeah. And we just had no productivity today when we had the ball.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's the thing at that level, though, isn't it? You've got to take your chances, haven't you? How many shots did Crystal Palace have? How many they scored?
But then, clear-cut chances and scrappy half chances are two totally different things.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm just saying, though, they could take the chances, can't they?
No, but they're creating chances, Ben. They're creating chances where it looks like a chance. It's one-on-one or it's air defenders run the back foot and they have us pinned. Like, we don't ever see any of our lads running through on goal.
No,
No.
like you said, we're playing in front of them, aren't we, all the time?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're never in behind the line. We're never going in 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Like that second goal that he got was a brilliant goal, but you never see us even doing that.
No.
Yeah, well,
But
well,
their chances, they're actually created productivity chances coming off something that they've obviously played in training. Jack, we
Yeah.
don't do any of that.
Yeah, well, like when you look at let's say look at the stats today, Palace had 33% of the possession, but they had an XG of 2.6 with that 33%. You know what I mean? We had 67% of it, and we had an XG of 1.31. Now 1.31 means you should be scoring a goal, you know, but we just don't. You know what I mean? Palace get, two real big chances and they take them and they score them. You know what I mean? And I think subsequently that's the difference. I think if you finish your chances, and look, I understand, I agree with you that we're not creating clear-cut opportunities. We're getting chances, not fucking opportunities. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's a big difference. But if you just finish one of them fucking chances in the first half, the game is completely different. It's completely different.
I totally agree with you, Jack, but when we're talking about chances, I hate this. Oh, if we had took our chances in the first half, like give me a real chance that we had, and we're missing them consistently.
I know, and I understand
That's
that though.
not
But
the
Desi,
case.
if you zoom out over the course of this season, we should be scoring a hell of a lot more goals.
I totally agree with you, but we definitely do need to create more clear-cut chances, Jack. That's
Yeah,
where goals come from.
yeah.
The
And
problem
then
is that I find it is when we do play the ball. I mean, the only thing in the first half that I saw is that when we played the ball into Kobe Manu, he did go on the half turn and he tried to turn it and not play the way he faced, and he tried to make something happen going forward, and that's where we got a couple of the chances from that. But then after that, we didn't find them again, and we didn't find that space, and that's a problem. And the one thing that I noticed today is that if you watch us all the time, we play the way we face. Meaning, if we have our back to goal, the ball's not gonna. You're not gonna go. No one's turning and taking someone on. The ball's gonna be played back to someone else. The ball is not. And the only time we go forward is if we have the ball on Ahmad's feet or Garnacho's feet, and they're already going forward. They're already trying to pin them back. Other than that, we don't do anything. And I'm going to say it again, and I said it last week too, is that Garnacho plays way too wide to be playing in number 10. He sits on the touchline all day, you can't. He's one of the guys that Bruno needs to find.
Why isn't Amram whipping him off then, Chris?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, that it's an issue,
Is Amram telling him to do this?
I hope not. I mean, Jack. I wish I knew the answer to that, because my problem is and I don't know if you guys saw it, but every time Garnacho gets the ball, he's out wide, and he's always cutting in. He's doing the same thing he did when Ten Hag was there. He's playing out wide and he's cutting in instead of, if you're going to play the 10, you got to play the 10. And like Desi said, you have to make yourself available for the through ball, for that ball that's going to break the line. We don't have someone that does that. And I'll be honest, even Ahmad didn't do that a lot today. Those 2 10s have to check in and behind the midfielders and receive the ball. And our off the ball movement is terrible. Awful.
Ben, any positives?
Not from today, really, no.
I say one positive. I think he played well.
He did play well.
He actually had a bad game today.
I don't know. He broke up a lot of plays and everything like that. I mean, that's what he's there for. I'm sorry. I mean, if you're expecting more than that from him, then I'm
expecting a lot more than that from him. He's much better than what he's shown today. Listen, Chris. None of them turned up today. There's no excuses. None of them turned up. End of story. Ogati didn't have a good game. Manu didn't have a good game. Bruno didn't have none of them had a good game. You can't just sit there and defend what's blatantly right in front of you in front of your eyes that you're watching. Tell me what Ogati done today that he deserved to say he had a good game. Tell me.
I think he broke up a lot of passes. That's what you want out of your 6.
But that's what he's supposed to do.
That's his job.
Exactly.
Roy Keane.
Yeah, but
I mean,
give me
you want to
something
throw
else that
more on
makes
his
it.
shoulders, Desi, and make him, and all of a sudden turn
Yeah,
him
he
into.
gave the ball. Chris, there was occasions in that game when he gave the ball away very cheaply. It's already
There's
breaking up play, but then when you break up the play, you have to keep the ball. He broke up a lot of play and then gave it away.
Yeah, but I don't know if he gave it away that much. I'd have to go back and watch it because I don't think.
Well,
he gave the ball.
he's the second highest rated player on SofaScore in terms of ratings. He's got a 7.1 rating. Ahmad has.
That's why I say he played good, not great, good, difference.
Yeah. Chris, talk to me about. I mean, is there any strikers out there just willing to come and play for us? You know what I mean? Like, at all. Like anybody that can put the fucking ball in the net. Like, you know what I mean?
I've not. I mean, I don't know of any. I haven't heard of anybody, and everybody's talking about the kid from Bayern Munich, and
he's not the answer short term.
No, I don't think there. But the problem is, and I think we have to look at this as a deeper thing. Is that we're not. Ineos is not looking at anything short term. Everything that they're doing is long term.
Yeah, and right. Look, I agree with that in a way. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But
I'm not trying to like completely fault him on it, but at the same time, like a 19-year-old that's barely playing for Bayern is not going to come in and solve problems for United at this moment. I'm sorry, he's just not. And I'm not as high on Matthias Tell as a lot of other people are. Like I don't see a lot from him. You know, I mean, because honestly, right now, and you could say maybe he's a striker, but he doesn't get the time there because Harry Kane plays there, so he's not going to unseat Harry Kane. But
is he a striker or is he a wide player?
I think he's a wide player, and that's why it's a mistake for us to go get him. I mean, I know it's a loan, but I was reading some stuff that, oh well, United they want a loan with an option to buy, but they don't want the option to be 60 million. I'm like, who cares? It's an option. If it's 60 million, you say at the end of the season, you just tell them to go away. Like, okay, no, we're not going to pay 60 million for him because it's only an option. It's not an obligation. So I don't see why, if they really want him, I don't see why that's a hang up at this point. But I mean, I don't know of anybody that's going to give up a striker. Like, no one on loan or anything, like no one that's going to change life. No.
All right. Okay. Let me get through some of the comments here, see what people are saying. Let's see. Nobody can defend Highland anymore. Waste of 65 million, says Dylan. D says, let's not sugarcoat anything. RIP all right, rip the plaster straight off. We're absolute blundering shit. We can't manage a game out, can't finish a chance. Nobody making runs into the box. They're all just hanging. He also says they're all hanging about in there like farts in a spacesuit. Bruno's passing into space that nobody is in. There's nobody to play anything to. It's a recycled ball left to right because nobody is fucking moving. Well, there we go. Pretty damning. Warren says, worst thing about losing, I'm not surprised anymore. Lots needs to change, but where to start? We need an experienced striker and we need him last year. Too long without one. What else we got? And there goes the positivity out of Manchester United, says Liam. Oshin says, never mind your stats. The only one that matters is 2-0, 13th, minus 6 goal difference, and we are just a poor team. And there's a lot of stats in that comment as well now, in fairness. But you are spot on, in fairness. Oshin says he can't whip him off now. We've loaned Anthony and Rashford without a ready replacement in outside of Xerxes. That's in relation to Garnacho. D says there's absolutely nobody to come on for Garnacho, though. Who have we got that can go forward like that on that's on the bench? There's nobody. Let's see. Away with Tell, there's no chance he comes in and fixes the issue. Never mind long term. We don't need long term. We need actual solutions here and now. He's a centre forward. He started his career as a centre forward and plays better as a centre forward. Warren says, too many square pegs for triangle holes and all other on the pitch. Not enough players in the right position, which puts pressure on the players who are like the defence. Needs to pick 11 to stick with. We can't get any worse, so let's see how we do with a consistent 11.
What are your positives, Jack?
It's your
There is-
fault, Jack.
What?
It's your fault.
It's my fault.
You and your predictions during the week. You remember?
That was me. I said I'd take it.
Let me
From now
explain
on,
something.
Jack.
Let me
From now
explain
on-
something to Eve. Absolute
No
fucking
more
wibbles, right?
predictions.
I've got a fucking YouTube channel, right? Predictions have to be fucking given. You know what I mean? I just can't fucking
I'm
wander
saying
in
for
and
the
out of a
short
fucking
term.
live chat. You know what I mean?
For the short term, just don't do it.
No, what are your positives, Jack? What did you? I mean,
It was only 2-0.
I mean, if yeah, probably if we were to stop the game after 20 minutes, I would have had a lot of positives. Because correct me if I'm wrong, if you were listening from the start, after 25 minutes, the live chat was in, was in great form, saying, "Oh, we're getting it. We're playing really well." They seem to be starting to understand Amarim's system. The link-up play is good. Positional sense is good. We're creating chances. We had like 9 corners in a row. There was nothing but positivity in the chat.
100%.
Them chances them chances are not taken, right? All of a sudden, and it's the same in Old Trafford. It's the same within the players, I would say. Oh shit. What happens now? We didn't take the chances that we created so well in the first 20 minutes. So I think that's a positive. It's just not a really big positive. You know what I mean? It's, I'm clutching at straws, but there are moments within games since Amarim come in that I'm going, that's it. But we just can't do it on a consistent basis.
I mean, out of those 9 corners, what did we actually get out of those 9 corners? I mean, we applied pressure. And
out of the 9 corners, we got 8 more corners. That's basically what we got out of them. So we got 8 more corners out of the first fucking corner. You know what I mean? That's it.
No, and I agree with you, Jack. In the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, we had them on their heels. We were controlling play. We got the corners. We hit the post. We got the corners. We were doing things, but then when I look at the corners, I look at it, and everybody, like, consistently, we do not have a player that stands on a penalty mark, because every time the ball pops out, it goes to the same exact spot, and everybody is so far in the net that there's no one at the top of the box. Like, yeah. And it's just like, you sit there and you're like, it's 12 yards out. You don't have one player that's just standing there. And the one thing is, I was watching a game with a friend of mine, and he was just like, he goes, in the first half, the one big positive is Garnacho tracked all the way back and won the ball on the counter. And I was like, holy crap, he would have never done that before.
I think Hyland done one in the second half then as well.
Yeah. But I mean, at that point, in the first half, we're trying to turn the ball and we're trying to do things. And I liked what I saw in the first 20 minutes, but like you said, after that, it was like, oh, well, it's not working, so we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it anymore. We're just going to do something else. And it's like, no, you got to keep going, keeping on. Yeah. And it's just, and I mean, don't get me wrong, Henderson made some saves, which it drives me nuts. I can't stand that guy, but he made some saves and everything like that. But
they were comfortable enough saves as well, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Desi Martinez.
Oh.
Like we're talking there in the live chat, he's fallen into the injury-prone bracket now. Didn't look like a good one. And maybe, what we were saying at the start of the live in relation to rotation, and a bit of depth in the defence, all of a sudden him gone.
Oh, we're still okay.
I know we're still okay, but,
but we're lacking leadership.
Yeah, but that whole kind of rotation, the option to be able to leave the licked out or to bring him off after 70 minutes might not be as easy now. What do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely not, but it looked really bad, Jack.
Yeah, it did.
Really bad. Hopefully it's not for the sake of the team, because they need him. They really need him.
100%.
He's a leader. He's a leader to have, but look, Jack, just back to the game. Like, we wait to see what happens with McKean. Very slow. not enough options when we're on the ball, and just no real urgency no real desire to want to win the game, Jack, which is more concerning. You can go on about tactics and formations and where players should be and all this. That doesn't win you games alone, Jack. It will not win you a football match.
Yeah.
What you have to have the other end of it. You have to have passion, Jack, first of all. And it just seemed, I'm not saying that none of them had passion, Jack. I'm just saying there's no real urgency. Even when we're playing out from the back, it was real labelled slow today. And for the whole duration of the game, I'm thinking, when are we going to come out of fourth gear here? Are we going to pump it up a notch? Are we going to start putting pressure on these? We're going to start moving the ball a little bit quicker and make them think a little bit more about what we're doing. You just never come out of fourth gear. It's just very frustrating, Jack. Very
Yeah.
frustrating.
Yeah, I get you. Ben, with Martinez being out, does this young lad get maybe promoted to the bench quicker than maybe expected? This Heaven lad, Aiden Heaven.
Yeah, possibly could. Might get some minutes on the pitch.
I mean, they gave him a first team number.
Yeah. It looks positive, doesn't it, for him as a player?
Yeah, I mean, he's 18, so, I mean, he's obviously coming in, signing a professional deal. He'd have to get a squad number, wouldn't he?
Well, I mean, you went out and signed Cheeto Obi Martin from him. He didn't get a squad number.
He was only 16.
Okay, but, I mean, I think he does. I mean, I think I think he'll get minutes. I mean, from what I read, and I don't know much about him, but from what I read, they say he's right there behind Lenny Euro as a prospect, as a center back.
Yeah.
Same type of player and everything like that. So maybe he does. I mean, Amarin, if he trains well, he'll give him a shot. I mean, but we still have Mazraoui. Mazraoui can play that side, the left-sided center back, or, you still have, to Delict and stuff. There's still options there. So
the old Luke Shaw back at the right fucking time, by what?
Yeah, made of glass. Him and Mason Mount hanging out on TikTok. That's fine. Let him go over there.
Nothing wrong with TikTok. I have nearly 50,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to be training.
Just sink it down into me, Jerry.
But I mean, we don't have and I have to agree with Desi. There's no urgency going forward, and there's no, and I don't know. It's like everybody's second guessing where they're supposed to be when they're going forward, and not playing where they are. Although I gotta say, we need to do a GoFundMe for Desi so he can not get some heat in his house, so he doesn't have to wear a parka inside.
Matthias Tell has decided to join Manchester United. The two clubs have started concrete negotiations from Pletty goal. So that's come out in the last couple of minutes.
I mean, it's not going to hurt, but I mean, I don't think it's going to solve problems.
Yeah.
That's the only positive today.
Yeah. Right. Right. Okay. I think we'll end on that one. Let's end on that one. Fucking tossers. Anyway.
You know what it was?
Leicester, is it?
Leicester in the cup on Friday night.
Yeah. So at least we have time to train for that game, and we should be all right. But I think we'll blame Jack because he didn't get Supermax for the watch along. So.
Boys, will you fuck off? Will you? You want me going around like I'm like 5'9". If I keep eating Supermax, I'll be wider than I am taller. Anyway, fuck off, you shower bastards. Right, thanks.
Yeah, Jack, well, all them Supermax and all them followers, your head's going to explode.
I know, and there's nothing like a haircut to make my head look smaller, and I need one at the moment, so it doesn't just.
You do have the biggest melon on the Trident, though. I got to be honest. When they show all four of them, Jack's head's like this, like.
Yeah, and
when's that on again, Jack? Is it on this Tuesday or something? Did you say?
Yeah, so we're recording tomorrow night, so it'll be up and available Tuesday on YouTube and Spotify.
Where do you record that at, Jack? Do you have to go?
We recorded in a place called Magic Door Studios, which is in North County Dublin.
Oh, okay. So how far is that for you?
It's about an hour and 40 both ways. So
okay.
I spend a good bit of time in the car now on Monday nights. But look, enjoying it so far. So.
A big brown
it was a good show. It was a good show. I liked it.
What'd you say, Desi?
There must be a big brown envelope for that one.
Not yet. We're working on it. We're working on a sponsorship deal at the moment. So,
it was a good show, Jack. I enjoyed it last night.
Yeah, look, we're sending a pitch. We're sending a pitch into a number of I suppose brands that could potentially sponsor us. So look, we'll see. That's not my end. That's a couple of the boys are working on that. So yeah, look, we'll see what happens. But so far, so good.
You can bring the guest Desi in. He'll drive down to Dublin and be on there.
I want him to invest in us, lads. Come on.
DJ Desi K, he'll be playing the background music and everything like that.
Yeah.
No problem, no problem.
The other three of them have accents like him as well, so I'm trying to limit that as much as possible. You know what I mean?
Only a blow-in, Jack. Remember that.
calling me the Colshy coming up from Kilkenny. You know
Are they
what I mean?
all four are Irish though, correct?
All four are Irish. Yeah, from all different backgrounds. Actors, couple of actors, actor, comedian. Then Nasty is a big food TikTok reviewer, United fan.
Is that the young kid next to you?
That's right. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, look, we'll leave it there, right? Before my head explodes. Boys, appreciate you coming on as always. I'm not 100% sure if we'll be on Friday night, but I'll let you know as the weeks go on or as the days go on. All right.
You got it.
No worries.
Appreciate it as always, lads. Thanks a mil.
All right, see it.
Thanks everybody for watching as well, guys. Smash a like on the video if you haven't done so. Hit subscribe if you're new. A shit day for United. Yeah. Back to square one. Maybe not back to square one, but a lot of work to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. See you on the next one.